Have you ever stopped and noticed how comforting it feels to do the same thing, day after day? Maybe you stand by the window each morning, sipping your tea, watching the sun climb over the rooftops. Maybe you water the same plant at the same hour, or take the same gentle walk around the block. At first glance, these habits might look like nothing, just another sign that life has slowed down after 70. But what if I told you that these quiet, repeated patterns are far from empty? What if they are sacred, a powerful way to stay rooted, to heal, and even to transform your final decades into something deeply meaningful? Today, I want to invite you to see repetition in a whole new light. It is not boring. It is not a prison. It is a practice, one that can guide you through uncertainty, give you stability, and help you honor every precious day you are left. Let's gently unpack how repetition can serve you after 70 in ways you may never have considered before. Repetition grounds us in a world that keeps changing. As the years go by, change can feel relentless. Friends pass away. Adult children move across the country. Neighbors come and go. Even your own body seems to rewrite its rules every year. In the swirl of change, repetition is like an anchor that holds you steady. Consider Ruth, a woman of 74 whose husband David died 3 years ago. Every morning, Ruth still makes 2 cups of coffee, just as she did for decades. She drinks hers slowly, savoring each sip, and places a second cup across the table from her. Where David used to sit, to an outsider, it might seem a sad habit, but to Ruth, it is a way of honoring her love, a ritual of remembrance that brings peace rather than pain. When life feels unpredictable, repetition says, "You are still here. You still have something to hold on to." It's a way of giving yourself stability in a world that never stops shifting. Repetition calms the anxieties of aging. It's no secret that growing older can stir up worry. What if my memory fades? What if I fall? What if I become a burden? Our minds love predictability. Repetition is a balm for anxious thoughts because it is known. It reassures your mind, you have done this before. You will do it again. You can trust yourself. John, for example, is 78 and struggles with occasional panic spells, especially when he feels lonely. But every day after lunch, he puts on the same soft cardigan, sits in the same sunlit chair, and opens a newspaper. The familiar smell of newsprint, the crinkle of the pages, the feel of his cardigan. All these repetitive elements calm him. In those moments, he remembers that the world has not spun out of control. His simple ritual helps him reclaim peace. Repetition brings deep meaning and spiritual connection. Daily rituals are not just about structure. They can feel spiritual, even holy. When you repeat something with intention, you create a kind of prayer, even if you never speak a single word. Alice, who is 81, cares for a rose garden behind her cottage. Each day at 4 p.m., she tends to her roses, gently trimming away old petals and whispering thanks to them. Her mother loved roses, and Alice feels it through this repetition. She is in quiet conversation with her mother, even though she's been gone for 30 years. That small act of repetitive tending transforms into a moment of devotion, a way to weave the past and present together, reminding Alice that love does not truly die. Repetition supports physical and cognitive health. Healthy habits are most powerful when they become consistent, gentle. Repeated activities keep your brain and body tuned, reducing the risk of decline. Frank, 76, does Tai Chi every morning at sunrise. You might see him moving slowly in his backyard, repeating the same graceful motions he has practiced for 20 years. It might look boring to someone else, but this repetition trains his balance, improves his breathing, and strengthens his mind's focus. What we repeat, we reinforce. A daily walk, a crossword puzzle, a stretching routine. These repeated practices are far more potent than any pill because they build habits that sustain your independence. Repetition helps maintain social bonds. Think about how important repeated, shared rituals are in your relationships. Whether the weekly Sunday dinner, a Thursday bridge game, or even a phone call every Saturday morning with an old friend, these rituals keep love alive. Martha, 79, bakes cookies with her granddaughter every Friday. They have been doing this since the child was 5 years old, and now she is 16. The cookies themselves hardly matter. What matters is the ritual togetherness of passing on stories and laughter. In these repetitive moments, you say without words, "I will keep showing up for you. You can count on me." That is how repetition nurtures bonds that stand the test of time. Repetition honors the past while pointing us toward the future. Rituals often carry stories. When you repeat a familiar recipe or polish an old tool, you keep memories alive. And that is a sacred act. Thomas, who is 80, keeps his father's pocket watch polished every Sunday. Even though it no longer works, the smooth feel of the old brass, the tiny scratches along the case, they remind him of afternoons in the workshop of his father, who taught him to build birdhouses. Through this repetition, Thomas not only honors his past, but also reminds himself that there is still time ahead to build new memories. Ritual bridges yesterday and tomorrow, carrying us forward with hope. Repetition strengthens identity and purpose. Finally, repetition can remind you of who you are. When everything else shifts, health, social circles, abilities, your daily rituals help you keep hold of your identity. Imagine Elaine, 82, who always ends the day by lighting a small candle before bedtime. It is a moment of stillness, a way to say thank you for one more day of living. That tiny flame, night after night, reminds her of her own resilience. Our repeated actions say, "This is me. This is what matters to me." They become a mirror of our soul, helping us preserve dignity and meaning. So, dear friends, as you live for the weeks and months ahead, I invite you to look with new eyes at your daily patterns. Those habits you might have considered boring, they are sacred, they are powerful. They anchor you, soothe you, connect you, and keep you growing. I would love to hear about your daily rituals. What do you repeat day after day that brings you peace or purpose? Maybe it is a morning prayer or a quiet walk in your garden. Maybe it is a simple song you sing to yourself while cooking. Please share your ritual in the comments. Your story might inspire someone else who is looking for stability and hope. And if this video has brought you any sense of comfort or encouragement, please give a like, subscribe to our channel for more reflections on aging with grace, and share this message with someone who might need to hear today. Remember, repetition is not a prison. It is a gift. Treasure it. Thank you for being here. And until next time, may your daily rituals fill your life with courage, peace, and deep, abiding joy.